Okie dokes. So again, welcome and thanks for coming. Today we're going to be covering ditching and switching for a healthy home. My name is Jade Almaleh, and I'm really grateful and excited to be here today to talk to you guys about how you can slowly switch out your products that you're using in a home for things that are much better alternatives. So again, just as I'm getting started, you'll see a lot of people are writing in the chat and they're putting their first name, their email address, and whether or not they are a member. That's to enter you into the raffle. So what I want to do also real quickly is just make sure that you're all muted, because it does bring in some background noise. Okay, if you have any questions at all, feel free to write it in the chat as well. I'll cover that at the end. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road for this class today. A reminder that next week we're going to cover holiday gifts and DIYs. That's going to be a fun one so that you can make some things that are healthy and really fun for people that you love. I actually had a party, two people came over yesterday and we went through and they made some amazing little things for people in their lives that they want to gift and share. And then finally on December 9th, we'll talk about staying healthy while traveling for those of us who are traveling this season. Okay, so healthy home, detox your cleaning. This is what we're kind of talking about today. And I'm just going to see real quick if there's any other random questions that are coming up here. I think we're good. Okay, so let's jump in here. All right, so essential oils and healthy homes. This is our topic today. So I'm going to go through an introduction of who I am, why it's important to detox your home, how you can detox your home, and then some specific applications and recipes. And then we'll do a recap and discuss what's next. Okay, so my name is Jade Almaleh, and I am a South African living in San Diego, and I'm really passionate about doing this, teaching these classes and living this non-toxic, natural lifestyle as best that I can. And the reason that I'm here today and what I'm sharing with is really focused on chemicals and toxins. And they are sadly found in our cleaning products, and they are some of the most toxic and the most harmful to the body, which is pretty surprising for most. I know it was for me. And this class was designed to really empower each of you with the knowledge so that you can live a more chemical-free lifestyle and you can learn all about the amazing benefits of Thieves products that we have. I'm really passionate about sharing this insight with you. So thank you for being on this wellness journey with me and my team. So the first thing we're going to cover here is, the scoop on toxins, why it is important to clean with natural ingredients. So most people assume that cleaning products that we find in the grocery store shelf have actually been tested and they're safe for use. However, they're not. So it's just the reality. It's the way that it is. So just because a commercial cleaner promises a germ-free environment, it doesn't mean that it's danger-free and risk-free. So conventional cleaning products contain many endocrine disrupting chemicals that can wreak havoc on your respiratory system, cellular health, thyroid, adrenal glands, and even mental clarity. And this is a crazy fact to me, but it's very true that indoor air quality is 5 to 7 times more toxic than outdoors, and that's mainly due to conventional cleaners. So now let's talk about bioaccumulation, right? Like when we say, oh, well, whatever, I just use a little bit of bleach to whiten my sheets. That's all we use, but otherwise we're pretty clean. And, or what is the harm if I'm just using these and I'm exposed to this a little bit in a day, the rest of my day, I'm eating organic foods. And so this is where the term bioaccumulation comes in. And what that means is, if you can imagine I'm going to go through this now, actually. So the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Act, has stated that small amounts of chemicals are not harmful to the body. So a small amount of chemicals in your personal care products and cleaning products can add up to a significant burden on your body, and that's called body burden. So some chemicals accumulate in our bodies over time, and the impacts may show up in way longer after exposure to them. So some chemicals can become harmful or more toxic in combination with other chemicals. And chemicals can have more impact during certain periods of development, like womb, infancy, or puberty. And even tiny doses can be very potent. So the cool thing is there's something that we can do about it and should do about it. And what we love to teach and explain is to really change it up in small, simple changes. So you don't need to go now and say, oh, I'm going to throw out every single thing that is toxic in my house. Some people do, and that's great, but you don't have to do it all at once. You can do it in a gradual stage. So I'm going to go through more of the gradual stage tonight. And with this, it just helps you to focus on what you can control, so that you can also learn what ingredients to avoid, and then you can take action. So the first thing is, take a deep breath. It may seem impossible to have a chemical-free home, but really don't be overwhelmed. There are a few simple, practical changes that can make a huge impact on your home. You don't need to replace every single product in your home tomorrow, like I said, and transitioning to a healthy plant-based home lifestyle, is a lifestyle journey that you can make changes over time. So here's some steps of what we can do. So step number one is really becoming aware, understanding that there are chemicals found in many household products that can be harmful to your health. Just knowing that, you are already becoming aware of harmful chemicals, even by taking this class. So step number two is focusing on avoiding chemicals that you can control, like the products that you choose to have in your home. Step number three is to educate yourself on ingredients and chemicals that you should avoid. And step four is to take action. So you would start by replacing the products you use most frequently. Example, all-purpose cleaner, and hand soap. Focus on replacing products used on those most susceptible. Think about your children or people with already compromised immune systems. So here's some things that you should avoid, okay? There are 12 ingredients, and we call these the dirty dozen. So these ones are, here's the names of them. And these are the things that you're going to be looking for when you turn over your products if they are listed in this. If you don't see them listed, well, that's another whole problem, but you can actually look your products up. So here are some of these names of things: BHA and BHT. So just look out for those. I mean, they're long listed ingredients, but those are what they're typically called. Coal tar dyes, DEA, dibutyl phthalates, formaldehyde. I mean, can you believe that they can put formaldehyde in products? And actually, sadly, this is in a lot of the hair straightening products. So the Brazilian blowouts and things like this, a lot of them do have formaldehyde. So you do want to ask, if you are getting those done, what are the ingredients in this? And then, of course, you make your choice. So you try and find one that is chemical free and such. Okay, parabens, parfum or fragrance or perfume, just to let you know that when you see the word perfume, a red light should go on. It literally is a code word for hiding lots of ingredients. So in the United States, and it's the same for South Africa as well, but you can actually claim, well, this is a secret recipe. It's a family secret owned recipe. So we don't want to share or let know what is actually in our amazing product that's for a hair shampoo. So they can list the word perfume, and under that heading or that title, they actually throw in a whole bunch of toxins that they don't list out, which is crazy to me. So as soon as you see the word perfume, it is a toxin. There are probably tons of toxins underneath that umbrella. So PEG compounds, petroleum. So think of Vaseline. Vaseline is petroleum jelly. Crazy, but it is. I used to use it all the time too, until I actually understood what it is. And it's crazy to me that this is like what we're told and taught to use on our babies. So there are much better products that you can use instead. Siloxanes, I mean, some of these things I don't even know how to say. I've learned how to look for them. Sodium lauryl sulfates, that one I know, it's in a lot of soaps, and it's the thing that makes it sudsy. So anything that you feel is very sudsy, think of your toothpaste, think of your shampoo, think of your hand soap. That is a chemical that creates it to foam that way. We have almost been brainwashed to think that when it's sudsing that much, it's cleaning that much. It is not true. So there are ways to still have amazing cleaners that are doing a great job, and you're not seeing suds and foam, okay? And then triclosans, that's the other one. So those are the top most dirty ingredients that can be found in products. So here are the impacts of those 12 ingredients. So the Environmental Working Group, that's an organization here in the United States that actually does care and look out for people's best interests. They go through product by product and they grade it from like a 1 to a 10, a 1 being great, clean, and a 10 being like red, like check that thing out right away because it's that bad. So it's really great that we do have those companies looking out for those things, and you can certainly try and look your products up. It's called ewg.org. It's an organization, and see if some of the products come up. Of course, it is run and operated in the United States, but again, so many of those products do infiltrate into lots of other markets. So just to start getting aware of those things and looking them up. So there's really no end to the tricks that endocrine disruptors can play on our body. Here is an idea of some of the things that happen in our bodies when we're using these products. And I'm talking about just being exposed. Even if you have a maid who's coming and cleaning, the fact that you are around it and breathing it in can still wreak havoc on your body, and it does. So it increases the production of hormones. It decreases the other production of, the production of others. It imitates hormones, which is insane, but it can. Turns one hormone into another. It interferes with our hormone signaling. It tells cells to die prematurely. It competes with essential nutrients. It binds to essential hormones. And then it accumulates in organs that produce hormones as well. So endocrine system is our hormone system. And this is where we know like chemicals that may interfere with the body's endocrine system and produce adverse developmental, reproductive, neurological, and immune effects in both humans and wildlife. So many of us forget that when we're using these products in our homes, whatever it may be, okay, Handy Andy, all of these things that we use, where do you think that runoff goes, right? A lot of it ends up in the lakes, in the oceans. This is really unhealthy and toxic for our wildlife as well. So it's really sad, like humans are responsible for a lot of that too. One of the biggest issues in the United States at the moment is our weed killer. It's called Roundup, and it ends up going into all the crops because we have runoff. So that, we have runoff, meaning I could own a farm and I'm using Roundup on all of my on my farm to prevent weeds. And this is why I love Young Living, because they go and they use essential oils as weed killers. They also go and find the species of goat that eats weeds but doesn't eat the lavender. And then they put this whole species of goats on the farm that are getting to eat. And it's mutually beneficial. They're also pooping, fertilizing the soil. We're getting no weeds on our farms, and there's no harmful chemicals. But the thing I was going to mention is this runoff. So I go and I use Roundup irresponsibly, and I'm killing all my weeds on my farm. Well, what happens? There's a rain shower or a rainstorm, and all of that gets it runs off. That's the term, is runoff, goes over to the next farm next to me that might actually be practicing organic farming practices and really being responsible. Well, that was really like not fair of me, that now that stuff is now going into the earth and the soil of my neighboring people, basically. So, and of course it also goes into the rivers, lakes. I mean, it's a known thing. They are like dead fish. It's like unexplained. Well, there is an explanation. It's all from this runoff. Okay, so why Young Living? And I was kind of explaining a little bit because Young Living actually really cares. They go through crazy measures to ensure that what we're doing is sustainable for the earth. And not only that, we are formulating products that have no SLSs, that's sodium lauryl sulfate, no parabens, no phthalates, triclosan, dyes, phosphates, any synthetic ingredients like fluoride, preservatives, perfume, or formaldehyde. So that's just to list a few. So Young Living is a wide selection of safe, naturally derived plant-based products for the entire home. And we have everything from hand soap to laundry detergent. So you can feel confident knowing that we don't use any harsh chemicals, and the entire line is infused with the powerful Thieves essential oil blend. So that's pretty cool. We actually infuse all of our products with essential oils. So you are going to get the properties and the benefits of them as well. So you will feel empowered knowing that the Thieves line is pure enough for your family and still strong enough for your everyday life. So why Thieves? And why do we call our cleaning line our Thieves line? Well, this is a true tale. So Thieves, and the story behind Thieves, dates back to the 15th century, okay? where people were dying of the bubonic plague. It sounds kind of crazy to be talking about this now while we're dealing with COVID times. But anyway, people were literally dying, like dropping dead from being exposed to or contracting this plague. And there was a group of thieves, okay, and they were going around to dead or dying bodies and stealing from them. They were taking jewelry and clothing and all these things, and they were not getting sick. They were not getting these diseases. So the French authorities knew this, and they recognized that there was such value. Sorry, so back to my story. It's during the time where there's a feudal system, and so the king actually heard that there is this group of thieves and they're surviving. Well, what did the king care about more than anything is the survival of himself and his family, right? We all care that we're going to live. That's the most important thing out there, is our health and our life. So he ordered for their capture. And when he actually had them in his possession, he said, well, look, I won't give you the death sentence, because in those times you got the death sentence if you were caught stealing. He said, but what I will do is let me know what you're doing to stay alive and not contract this disease, and I will give you a far less sentence for your crimes. So they said, well, we actually are spice merchants. We come from a long line of apothecaries. So we know that when we blend, and in these times, think pestle and mortar, right? When we blend rosemary, clove, lemon, eucalyptus, and cinnamon, and they would, mush that all and rub it on their bodies, and then they'd put on a balaclava, much like we're using these masks in our times, and they would actually put all these like mixture and concoction of herbs and all the things all over their body. And so the king said, okay, that's really fascinating. Show me, teach me. They did. They shared their secret formula, and that town survived. It's called Buckleberry in England. You can look it up. So it sounds like a really fun, cute story, but it is based on absolute history. So Gary Young, who learned about what exactly went into their secret formula, decided he is then going to make an essential oil that has the exact right amounts of each one of those things, of the lemon, the clove, the rosemary, the eucalyptus, and the cinnamon. So that is what's in our Thieves blend. It is proprietary. I have heard of some people like, oh, well, I'll just go buy lemon and buy clove and get whatever from the store shelf. Of course, you're not getting a seed to seal quality commitment with those things, right? And we don't know how those might have been adulterated. So it is a proprietary blend. I don't recommend that you try and copy it. Use our Thieves. It works. It's amazing. You don't need to do your own. All right, so these essential oils clean best. So they can be diffused to freshen the air, naturally deodorize any space, and they enhance our cleaners. So adding a few drops of essential oils to your Thieves Cleaner or your DIY cleaners is a great way to improve your home cleaning. So our favorite oils to add to your cleaning routine are going to be lemon, purification, tea tree, thieves, and eucalyptus radiata. So now we're going to talk about the entire home and what we can use, which is our Thieves MultiPurpose Cleaner. This is really all you need in one bottle. So if you want to start using plant-based products but are not sure where to start with Thieves Cleaner. It's versatile, effective, affordable, and you can clean your entire house with it. Countertops, floors, furniture, leather, windows, walls, your oven, around your toilet, etc. So wherever you use it, you'll feel good knowing that it's safe to use around everyone in your family, including pets. A really cool fact is that your pets have paws, right? And so they're absorbing everything through their paws, just like we do through our feet. We have the largest paws under our feet. That's why we use a lot of essential oils under our feet. So when we're cleaning our floors and you're walking on the floor, you're actually getting the power of Thieves absorbed into your body and your system. Same with your pets, same with your crawling babies. So same idea with babies that are eating off high chairs. You can spray it with Thieves. You can clean their toys with Thieves, wipe it down. There's no, oh, that I just used a chemical. I better wait for that to air dry before you put that back in your mouth. So there's none of that. So best of all, it's not formulated without the harsh or dangerous chemicals that are found in many traditional cleaning products. And it's vegan friendly, which is also really nice. So how do you use it? The Thieves Cleaner comes in a concentrated form. A lot of people are like, what? Over here, it's $22 for a little bottle. And of course, you can go to Costco and buy that same spray bottle for $5. But you need to remember, you need to dilute it. So when you dilute it and you use it appropriately, because it's heavily concentrated, you're actually going to save money. So can you believe it? You have a product that's amazing, it works, and you're saving money. So it comes in a very concentrated form. With one bottle, you can make about 29 500 ml spray bottles using the medium degreaser ratio, which is honestly works out to under 11 Rand 50 per 500 ml bottle. So for degreasing, you would use 1 cup of cleaner to 3 cups of water. So you'd use this light degreasing for mirrors, windows, or other delicate surfaces. Medium degreasing, you're doing 1 cup of cleaner with 2 cups of water, and you'd use that for your everyday use. So that one is in my 500 ml bottle at home that I use for everything. That's countertops, floors, sinks, etc. Heavy degreasing, this for me is only when it's like stains, or if I have things on my stove that I need to heavily degrease, I'll then do 1 cup of cleaner with 1 cup of water, and then I'll go and clean my oven and stovetop, okay? So now we're going to talk a little bit about some tips and tricks for floor fresheners that have tea tree essential oil. By the way, you will get a copy to this video. You can take pictures of things. You can get the slides as well too. So don't feel like you need to sit writing this all down. So carpet, you can create a cleansing carpet powder. Mix the following. It's 5 drops of tea tree oil, 3 drops of lavender, 1 cup of baking soda. And I like this tip of putting it in a mason jar, and sometimes I'll puncture holes with a sharp knife, and then I sprinkle that over the carpet and I let it sit for 15 minutes, and then I vacuum away. So it's great for homes with animals as well because it rids pests like fleas. So now we're going to talk about, now we're going room by room. You can see that. So this is kind of stuff to use in the kitchen. So dish soap. Again, dish soap is also full of chemicals, sadly, and these are what we're eating off of our utensils and such. So we do have a dish soap, and it cleans with the power of essential oils, leaving dishes sparkling clean with no residue. I find I need very little. I remember in South Africa, my nanny used to fill the sink with like hot water and a little bit of dish soap and let everything sit in there to kind of get a pre-rinse. Of course, it drove me nuts when it was just one sink. I'm like, well, where do I put the little bit of tea? So however you're choosing to do your dishes, and if you do want to do that rinse method, it does work really well with our dish soap because a little goes a long way. And again, there's no toxic ingredients in this. And the best part is it's gentle on your skin. It doesn't over dry your hands. You know that feeling of sometimes when you've used dish soap? I know from when I've gone to an Airbnb and had to use some other dish soap, my hands are like, they're like stuck. They feel so dry. So you won't get that, which is really nice. Okay, our laundry soap. I love this too. It's got a very light scent, but mostly it's unscented. Safe enough to use for babies' clothes. For me, it kills me that there is baby detergent full of toxins, but they call it a baby detergent. What the heck is that? So in my opinion, we should all be using the same laundry detergent because we all have the same skin. Yes, babies are much more sensitive, but this one is safe for the whole family, which is so great, and it works really well. So it can be used in all washers, including high efficiency one. It's very concentrated, so you do not need to use a lot. Another reminder that you may be like, what? My laundry soap's only this size. It lasts 64 loads, you guys. That's a lot. So when diluted, it's 128 loads. So I like to tell people, and I have a little video, you pour out half, store that in a mason jar, fill the other half with water, and then you're good to go to use a little capful of that. So it doesn't have anything synthetic in it. Again, strong enough for tough stains, gentle enough for babies, and it's perfect for machine and hand washing. And you can always add 1 to 2 drops of purification essential oil into your capful to give your wash an added great smelling boost. Okay, then we have a room refresher spritz. So you can create your own air freshener by mixing the following in a glass spritzer bottle, a 50 ml size, 10 drops of purification, 2 to 3 drops of any of your favorite essential oils. Lots of people love orange. Now that you're going into Christmas time, lots of people are using Christmas spirit. And you can put a cup of distilled water into that, or just fill the spray bottle that you have with water. You can spray it anywhere you want to remove offensive smells, bedrooms, linens, bathrooms, or kitchens. And you can, of course, substitute tea tree for purification, whatever you want. So actually, this recipe originally had tea tree. I prefer purification. So then we have a mattress refresher. Those of you with little ones, they're still learning how to, pee. Some of us even have accidents or animals jump in the bed and have a pee accident. This is a fantastic one. And even if there's no pee accident, just a great way to refresh your mattress. So you would strip the bed and you do a cup of baking soda. I like to mix this either in a ceramic bowl or a stainless steel bowl. I then use a fork. I put 5 drops of purification, or you can do lavender. It's really nice for sleepy time, of course. Mix it gently with a fork. You transfer it to a mason jar, shake, 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 and then you sprinkle it on the mattress. I leave it for an hour, and then you vacuum it up. And now that you guys are in summer, another tip is if you can manage, get that mattress outside and in the sun as well. It also helps to absorb. That's if you really have a lot of wetness and pee or something. So you can also scrub that out with some Thieves laundry soap and then let that air dry. And then you can go and do this as well to just pick up any other potential smell or residue. Okay, so the laundry room, I know right now you're not really using dryers. We're hanging our clothes out to dry in the sun, which is great. And we're saving money and, being kind to the environment. But I love dryables because one of the most toxic products in our house is going to be a dryer sheet. I don't think South Africa has many of these, but they're everywhere here. Even fabric softeners are very, very toxic. I remember the days where it was cool to throw a Stay Soft in your car. That became like our scent that we used in our car. Do you remember those days? Yeah, that is crazy for me to think. I mean, now I've replaced it with using essential oils and I have my little car diffuser. Or you can take a cotton wool ball, glue it to a peg, a clothes peg, or even just use the clothes peg that's wooden, drop 2 essential oils on that and clip that to your vent. And there you go. There's your air, diffuser for your car. So this one is the wool dryer balls that you can put into your dryer. You would choose any 2 to 4 drops. We use lemongrass. That's my husband's favorite smell. And then when I do the kids' clothes, sometimes I'll separate it. Now they're older, so we kind of do it all together. Just change up. Lavender is so nice for babies. Of course, we have Gentle Baby, which I'm hopeful will come to South Africa sometime soon. There's citrus fresh lemon or lemongrass is really nice for a refreshing scent. Okay, bathroom counters. So we have a Thieves cleansing bar soap. It's lovely. It's enriched with moisturizing plants. There's coconut, jojoba, olive oil, aloe vera, and wolfberry seed oil, which are added to help cleanse and purify your sink. It's perfect for showers or sinks. So this is actually a cleaning bar. Sometimes I've also read of people using this on like a stain on their clothes before they throw it in with the Thieves laundry detergent. So then we have our Thieves foaming hand soap. It also gently cleans and conditions the skin. Fantastic for kids. I love things that foam because you know that it can be worked around their little hands and go everywhere. Versus what I see is when it's a blob and it's a liquid, they add water and that blob's gone. And now they're just using whatever tiny bit was left and water. So this is a really nice way to use your hand soap. Okay, so toilet scrub. This is a nice little trick to do it yourself too. You'd mix all ingredients in a bowl. You need 1/2 cup of baking soda. That's bicarbonate of soda, same. 1/2 cup of Castile soap, a squirt or 2 of your Thieves dish soap, a cupful of Thieves household cleaner, and a cup of water. I've used this. It's great. I just want to tell you guys, you need to mix it each time before you use it because the things in there want to separate. So I've added 10 drops of lemon essential oil and 5 drops of Thieves. Again, feel free to use any essential oil of your choice. Once it's all mixed up, you're going to put it in a 355 ml dispenser. And a little trick is our dish soap, that container that it comes in, keep that. I always tell people, keep the containers your stuff comes in, because this is what I use to pour my toilet scrub in. And then it's got that little squirt applicator, which is awesome. So I shake, turn it kind of upside down, squirt it around the rim. And then I use that brush, the toilet brush. So yeah, as I've written that there, use that empty thing and don't forget to shake it before use. Okay, now a toilet bowl spritz. This would be great for after number 2s. So you can make a toilet bowl spritz and it's also just good to keep it clean and refreshed. It's 15 drops of lemon essential oil, 1/2 cup of rubbing alcohol, and 1/2 cup of distilled water, or just regular water is fine, filtered water. Save it in a glass spritzer bottle and keep it handy to spray in the toilets before you actually use it to avoid smells from filling the room. Kind of like that poopery, that product, it's also toxic. So you can do this as well. You'd spray it in the water first, then use the toilet, and then flush, and you can spray it again. It will smell nice and clean in there. And this is also going to really help you to switch out your toilet cleaners. Okay, so what's on our bathroom counters? We have Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste. I love our toothpaste. There's also the whitening one. At the moment, I'm preferring the whitening one, and my kids use the Aroma Bright one. The best part of our toothpaste, of course, it's free of fluorides, dyes, synthetic perfumes, SLS synthetics, such as triclosan. So we also have a dental floss. Crazy news for me too, that dental floss is mostly made of nylon, which is plastic. It's terrible for our environment. It does not decompose or disintegrate whatsoever. And most of those have Teflon or petroleum and dioxane. Those are really awful toxins, and we're putting it between our teeth. So our Thieves, of course, doesn't have any of that, our dental floss. It has strong fibers that resist fraying, and it easily glides between teeth. It's saturated twice. So it's a hard-wearing floss, which provides 2 layers of essential oil with Thieves and peppermint. It's eco-friendly, and it does decompose. And then we have our Thieves mouthwash. For me, this one took me a good week to be adjusted to this and to actually like it. Now I love it so much that if I try Listerine, it is awful. It is god-rotten awful to me. So you will find that when you switch out your things, there is a big obvious adjustment that you undergo. But what I love about the Thieves mouthwash is that there's no alcohol. You do know that alcoholics will oftentimes turn to their mouthwash and drink it. If you didn't know that, please, I never taught you that. If you're an alcoholic, please don't do that. But that is what people will do, which is nuts to me that you have this product that has like alcohol and that's what's going in your mouth. So there's no alcohol, there's no artificial flavors, no synthetic dyes or sweeteners. So instead, it's sweetened with stevia, which is a natural plant extract. And the first 3 listed ingredients are water, colloidal silver. Do you guys know about colloidal silver? It is amazing. It is anti-germ. It's just incredible. If you don't have that, you should have a colloidal silver in your house. I like to give my kids this as just a preventative of being sick. And there's even colloidal silver gels that are so great if you have any sort of potential skin infection or some sort of thing going on. And then it has peppermint oil, so it is really refreshing. It's got a very peppermint orange flavor, and you just need a small capful. It's very strong. And what I do is sometimes with my kids, they like to gargle. They enjoy this whole thing, and I love that they like it. So I will dilute that little capful. I'll put like a quarter in the cap and then add 3/4 of water, and then they'll gargle with that. And of course, they know, to spit it out. But the best part is if they swallowed, there's nothing toxic. But if they swallow Listerine, not the best thing. Okay. So now we talk about on the go, and I'm kind of near the end of this. I'm sorry, this class is always a little bit longer because we go kind of room by room and we have a lot of cool products. So we have Thieves Spray and a Thieves Waterless Hand Purifier. Have you guys tried our hand purifier, which is our sanitizer? It's amazing. It's got such a nice feel to it. You use very little, and it like goes on, it almost feels silicone-y, so it feels like a gel, and then it dries, and it has this beautiful peppermint smell. And the best part is it does not dry your hands. I do have friends who are nurses, and I've looked at their hands, they're like crack, they're awful from using so much sanitizer, and that's because of the alcohol in it. So ours is moisturizing, it's so lovely, and that's been my favorite gift to give to teachers and to give to anyone who's working in the medical profession. So they're on-the-go cleaners. They're perfect for when you're running errands, traveling, or away from home. I do want to tell you, this is kind of off the record, but that Thieves spray, you can spray it on surfaces. If you are taking a plane, spray it on the tray table and on the hand, rails, and or the armrests. That's a great one. I always travel with my Thieves spray. If you have a dry or scratchy throat, it makes the most amazing throat spray. So they cannot label and throat spray, like cleaner and throat spray, because there's no way they could label it as both. But I'm telling you, there's nothing toxic in that. And if I have a scratchy throat, I literally go to the back of my throat, give 1 spritz. It is amazing, kills the germs, and I can feel right away that scratchiness gets soothed instantly. So there's a little off the record tip for you. So yeah, those are both amazing products. So what else do I want to say about this? That, I kind of mentioned the purifier leaves hands soft. All right, so then the best way to get these products is we do have some bundles. So you can see we have a Thieves enrollment kit for anyone who hasn't enrolled. with Young Living or doesn't have a member number or is thinking about getting started, this is a great way to get started to change out your products in your home. So it has, sorry, the wholesale price here is 1,475 Rand. It's valued at 1,980. It gets such a nice bundle because you get the Thieves dish soap, the household cleaner, the laundry soap, the mouthwash, the hand soap, and the whitening toothpaste. So it's well worth it to get that bundle. And then finally, we have resources for you guys. So we have a WhatsApp group. The person who got you started or helped you get your oils and such definitely has a WhatsApp group. If they don't, you can reach out to me. I did put my information in the chat in the beginning, and I will give my phone number in a second. We also have our Instagram. I encourage you to follow. So we share some tips and ideas on there as well. We have a Facebook group. We have a couple of them. We have Hello Essentials, which is our bigger one. That's global. And I think all of you should be in there because we share recipes, ideas, and there's so many files. And then we have our local one, Hello Essentials South Africa. And I do have a YouTube channel where I go over a lot of tips like, here is how we take our laundry soap and maximize the use. Here is how I make the Thieves Cleaner. So I actually go through a lot of these things. So please, please follow my YouTube channel. You can just search Jade Elmaleh and then you can subscribe. So it lets you know when there's a new one, or you can get off the notifications.